So you had test from this chapter yesterday. I'm not sure, I haven't checked yet, but there was this question, I think maybe was a little different than the ones you have done. There is no such question in the assignment, I noticed later on. That was related to the taxi fare thing. So I will be going over the assignment and then we will discuss that question as well, if possibly we can. So how many of you have done the assignment otherwise?
Mummy.
Okay.
I have done.
Ma'am. I have done.
Ma'am, done.
Okay. Yeah.
Ma'am, the third question in this assignment is a fact or is there any reason behind it?
It's actually a fact as well as there is a reason. The reason would be if you try to find out the solutions for this and you plot them on a graph, you can actually make that observation. So observation actually stands on the fact that there is no constant present in your equation. So I'll just go over and come to that. That will help you like remember this. The first question is based on your definition, the condition that the equation represents a linear equation in two variables. You have been given an expression, a linear expression containing two variables, x and y. This will represent a linear equation in two variables if you have a not equal to 0, b not equal to 0 at the same time. If anyone out of these two equals to 0 at a time, you can still write that term with coefficient 0. So together, both the coefficients of x and y cannot be 0. In that case, you will have a constant equal to 0, which is absurd. So that's something you need not want to happen. Option number D. Then second part here is the linear equation is to be written as ax plus by plus c, and then you have to write down how many solutions it would have. Now remember, whenever you have a linear equation containing one variable, please see the question how you want to solve it. Whether you want to solve it as a linear equation in one variable or you want to solve it as a linear equation in two variables. That will be your last exercise of the chapter. अगर हमारे पास इक्वेशन है जिसमें एक ही वेरिएबल है, आइदर x या फिर y, और उसको हम एज सच सॉल्व कर रहे हैं, कंसिडरिंग इट अ लीनियर इक्वेशन इन जस्ट वन वेरिएबल, तो आपका यूनिक आंसर आएगा. और अगर हम उस इक्वेशन को लिखते हैं एज अ लीनियर इक्वेशन इन टू वेरिएबल्स, देन इट विल हैव इनफाइनाइटली मेनी सॉल्यूशंस. सो यहाँ पे आपको कहा गया है कि इस लीनियर इक्वेशन को आपको रिप्रेजेंट करना है एज अ लीनियर इक्वेशन इन टू वेरिएबल्स. This is having just one variable, but you want to write it as linear equation in two variables. So based on that, we will be writing down our answer. The answer will be infinitely many solutions. A linear equation in two variables will always have infinitely many solutions. Then third question here, the graph of y equals to mx is a straight line, m being a real number here. So it simply means that the constant term is missing. M is a real number here. The constant is missing in the equation. So if there is a linear equation not containing a constant, linear equation in two variables, linear equation in two variables which does not contain a constant, then that equation's graph will always pass through the origin. आप कोई भी expression बना लो, constant नहीं आपको यूज करना बस. For example, 2x plus 3y. इसमें constant नहीं लिखना, equation equal to 0 बना दो. So graph of this will always pass through 0, 0. Means 0 and 0, the coordinates of the origin, इस equation को हमेशा satisfy करेंगे. तो जब भी आपके पास equation है जिसमें constant नहीं है, 0, 0 is going to be a solution for that equation always. That's why the graph will pass through the origin. That's how it becomes a fact. आप इसके सॉल्यूशंस फाइंड करने शुरू कर दो, आपको बहुत सारे सॉल्यूशंस मिलेंगे, लेकिन एक सॉल्यूशन फॉर श्योर होगा, दैट इज 0, 0. You can put x as 0, you can put y as 0, the equation will be satisfied. That's how we know origin will lie on the graph of this equation, or we could say that the line which is represented by this equation will pass through the origin. That's how we have this fact. अगर हम बात करते हैं इसके बाकी सारे पार्ट्स की, यहाँ पे the graph of which equation will be parallel to x-axis. X-axis के parallel जो lines बनती हैं, those are represented by y equal to a constant. If you have y equals to a constant, then the graph will be parallel to x-axis. The graph of an equation in the form x equals to constant is parallel to y-axis. This is, I think, from your chapter number 3, or maybe from this chapter's summary. Both are related, actually, they are interlinked. So overlapping questions honge aapke paas. Passing through the origin will be the equation which does not contain a constant, and then the equation that coincides with x-axis. X-axis की equation आपके पास होती है y equal to 0. तो कौन सी equation होगी जिसका graph same as x-axis बनेगा? सिर्फ यही वाली होगी. You could also have it as my equal to 0. जब y का कोई coefficient है यहाँ पे other than 1, then that can be transposed to actually यही होगी, y equals to 0 ही होगा. Constant into y equals to 0 is same as y equals to 0. So उसका जो graph बनेगा, that will coincide with x-axis. Coincide with x-axis means x-axis आपका horizontal है, आपने जो equation आपको दी हुई है उसके solutions find किए, उनको plot किया, तो सारे के सारे जो points थे वो x-axis पे ही आ गए. तो जब आप उन points को connect करोगे, you will be retracing your x-axis. That's how you know the graph is coinciding with x-axis. Next year, when you do like multiple equations on the same graph, I gave one question in your test. जो पहला क्वेश्चन था, 2 इक्वेशंस दी थी आपको एक्सरसाइज में. एक क्वेश्चन लाइक एक इक्वेशन का ग्राफ बनाने के लिए उन्होंने कहा हुआ है, represent or draw the graph for the given equation. So you find out the solutions for the given equation, and then you plot it on the graph sheet. You obtain a line. I gave you 2 equations. You had to solve both the equations, and आपके पास पहली इक्वेशन के लिए सॉल्यूशंस आएंगे, दूसरी इक्वेशन के लिए सॉल्यूशंस आएंगे. तो जब आप पहली इक्वेशन के आंसर्स को प्लॉट करते हो, उनको कनेक्ट करके एक लाइन बनती है. दूसरी इक्वेशन के जो सॉल्यूशंस आए, आप उनको प्लॉट करके ज्वाइन करोगे, एक और लाइन बनेगी. एंड बोथ लाइंस will be intersecting or they may not be intersecting. It depends. So if they are intersecting, then you can write down the point of intersection. The ones I had given have a point of intersection. The point of intersection is, I think, 4-2 or 2-4. I don't exactly remember. I think it's 4-2. Ashprit, you're asking about the third question here, this one?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके उन्होंने आपको कहा है कि अगर आपके पास इस तरह की इक्वेशन है, लेट्स राइट डाउन एन इक्वेशन ऑफ दिस फॉर्म, y इक्वल्स टू अ कांस्टेंट इनटू x. लेट्स टेक y इक्वल्स टू 5x. आपको बताना है कि अगर हम इस इक्वेशन का ग्राफ बनाते हैं, वी नो दैट दिस इज अ लीनियर इक्वेशन इन 2 वेरिएबल्स, तो स्ट्रेट लाइन बननी है. फर्स्ट थिंग ये हमें पता है, लीनियर इक्वेशन इन 2 वेरिएबल्स विल ऑलवेज रिप्रेजेंट अ स्ट्रेट लाइन. तो ये जो स्ट्रेट लाइन रिप्रेजेंट बन रही है यहाँ पे, whether it will be parallel to x-axis or it will be parallel to y-axis, is it going to pass through the origin or is going to coincide with x-axis? Those are your options. तो एक तरीका तो ये है कि आप इसका ग्राफ बना लो, आप इसका ग्राफ एक्चुअल में बना के फिर ऑप्शन चूज कर लो. लेकिन 1 मार्क के लिए it's not justified to do all that. This is a fact, as Manya said, I think. Standard result है आपके पास, अगर आपके पास linear equation containing 2 variables है जिसमें कांस्टेंट टर्म नहीं है, तो उसका ग्राफ जब आप प्लॉट करते हो, उसके आप आंसर्स निकालोगे, उसको आप कार्टेशियन प्लेन में प्लॉट करोगे, उसको ज्वाइन करोगे तो लाइन बनेगी. वो लाइन फॉर श्योर ओरिजिन में से पास करेगी. एंड यू कुड गिव इट अ ट्राई हियर. यू कैन मेक दैट टेबल ऑफ वैल्यूज. आप 2-3 आंसर्स यहाँ पे निकाल सकते हो. x की वैल्यूज सब्स्टिट्यूट करते जाओ. पुट x as 0, y comes out to be 0.
Ma'am, very good morning.
Good morning, Tashampreet. Y will come out to be 0, so that will be one solution for you, the origin. Then you could put x as 1. If we put x as 1, then let's see what we get here. If I take x as 1, then y will be 5 multiplied by 1. This will be 5, and then your solution is 1, 5. Let's say this is point A, and then you could take x as 2, then y will come out to be 10. तो आपके पास जो थर्ड सॉल्यूशन बन जाएगा वो ये बन जाएगा. सो इसमें आप चेक कर सकते हो कि अगर हम x को 0 पुट करते हैं तो y 0 आता है, अगर आप y को 0 पुट करते हैं तो x 0 आना था. 0, 0 pair of values for x and y. This represents a pair of values for each of the variables here. This pair actually is the origin in the Cartesian plane. तो ये जो पॉइंट है ये आपको इस इक्वेशन का सॉल्यूशन दे रहा है. there was a one, I think there was a note I told you to go over in your textbook, जहाँ पे 2-3 लाइंस लिखी थी उन्होंने. हमारे पास अगर लीनियर इक्वेशन है 2 वेरिएबल्स में, अगर हम उसका ग्राफ बनाते हैं तो वो एक लाइन बनती है. दिस इज अ फैक्ट. तो उस इक्वेशन के जितने भी सॉल्यूशंस आपके पास आते हैं, दोज रिप्रेजेंट पॉइंट्स ऑन दैट लाइन. या फिर अगर आप लाइन का कोई पॉइंट उठाते हो, इट इज गोइंग टू बी अ सॉल्यूशन फॉर द इक्वेशन. तो यहाँ पे हम दोनों तरह से इस चीज को चेक कर सकते हैं कि जो इक्वेशन आपको दी गई है, जिस इक्वेशन में कांस्टेंट नहीं है. द ऑब्जर्वेशन हियर इज दिस: वी हैव एन इक्वेशन y equals to mx, that simply means that the equation does not contain a constant. आपको सिर्फ ये ऑब्जर्व करना है कि जो इक्वेशन आपको दी गई है उसमें कांस्टेंट नहीं है, तो उसका ग्राफ कैसा होगा. उसका ग्राफ ओरिजिन में से पास करेगा. दैट्स अ फैक्ट, एंड यू कैन टेस्ट इट बाय टेकिंग एन एग्जांपल of an equation of the same form where there is no constant, and then find out 2 or 3 answers for it and draw the graph and see.
Ma'am, we can substitute m with any number.
Yes, m actually is a real number. You can take any constant here. M is a constant. M is not a variable here. It's representing a constant. X and Y are your variables. So I had taken M as 5 here. ये था ना मेरे पास, तो मैंने वैल्यू 5 ले लिया. अदर देन दैट, जो ए पार्ट और बी पार्ट है, आप वो भी याद रख सकते हो. कौन कौन सी इक्वेशंस होंगी जिनका ग्राफ पैरेलल टू एक्स एक्सिस होगा और किनका ग्राफ पैरेलल टू वाई एक्सिस होगा. इसको हम उल्टे तरीके से भी पूछ सकते हैं, दैट इफ यू हैव एन इक्वेशन ऑफ दिस फॉर्म, y equals to a, तो इसका what type of straight line will it represent? Or x equals to a, what type of straight line will this equation represent? So y equals to a represents a straight line which is parallel to x-axis, and x equals to a represents a line which is parallel to y-axis. These results are given in the summary of, I think, chapter 3 or chapter number 4. Go over those points and please remember those results as such can be asked. Then fourth part, the number of lines passing through a point is or are. So simply without even knowing the coordinates, हमें अगर ना भी बताया हो कि कौन सा पॉइंट है, यहाँ पे तो पॉइंट के कोऑर्डिनेट्स दिए हुए हैं ना 3,4, अगर ना भी दिया हो, हम उसके बिना भी ये आंसर कर सकते हैं, how many lines pass through one given point. So the answer is infinitely many points. And if you were given the number of lines passing through 2 points on the Cartesian plane, then the answer would be 1. The equation of x-axis, it's y equals to 0 because on x-axis, y की reading हमेशा 0 रहती है. Then any point on x-axis is of the form. Now these questions are the same you did last year, I think. आपने जब कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री की होगी, ये आपको बेसिक चीजें तब बताए होंगे आपके टीचर ने, तो ये वही चीजें हैं यहाँ पे. x एक्सिस की इक्वेशन इज y इक्वल्स टू 0, y एक्सिस की इक्वेशन इज x इक्वल्स टू 0. ऑपोजिट पॉइंट ऑन x एक्सिस किस तरह का होगा, पॉइंट ऑन y एक्सिस किस तरह का होगा. कैन एनीवन आंसर दिस नाउ? Like what will be the form of the point lying on y axis? Remember the general form is xy. Saloni, you were answering, I guess.
0y.
This will be on y-axis, x will be 0. On x-axis, y will be 0. So which
X
option?
0.
Option number B. Then after this, I think we have questions to be solved. Question 2 and 3 are from the first exercise. Equation दी है आपको, उसको आपको standard form में लिखना है. Standard form of a linear equation in 2 variables. So you need a term with x, a term with y, and then a constant equals to 0. इस form में लिखना. All terms on left hand side equated to 0. And then you identify the coefficient of x, coefficient of y, and the constant. Make sure whenever you are writing down the coefficient, you are correctly writing down the sign along with the coefficient. In question number 3, you could cross multiply and then you could form the equation. Even then the answer would be correct. सो अगर हम यहाँ पे LCM ले लेते हैं तो ये थोड़ी सी वैल्यूज मॉडिफाई हो जाती हैं, बट इवन देन योर आंसर विल बी करेक्ट. इन्होंने बिना LCM लिए कर दिया है यहाँ पे. This equation can be written as 0x because x वाली term नहीं थी हमारे पास, plus √3/2y, and then transposing this constant from the right hand side to the left hand side. So as such अगर हम इसको observe करते हैं, this is A, this is B, and this is C. Now the same equation could also have been written as, अगर हम बात करें √3/2y equals to 3, you could just simply transpose this 2 from here to the other side. And then you could rewrite this. तो यहां से आपके पास अब ABC की वैल्यू चेंज हो गई है. This is A, √3 is B, and C is now -6. Even this answer will be correct, provided you are showing your work. आप शो कर रहे हो कि आपने इस तरह से किया है. Then question number 4, it's based on your exercise question. I think only the values are modified. ये जो phrase दिया है यहाँ पे, I think I also gave this phrase in your question. This is something the students miss when they write down their answer. अगर ये नहीं दिया होता, बच्चे लिखते नहीं हैं. Please make sure you mention this. आप क्वेश्चन के बिगिनिंग में ये जरूर लिखो कि आप जो वेरिएबल्स ले रहे हो इक्वेशन बनाने के लिए, वो वेरिएबल्स क्या रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं. सो यहाँ पे आपको बताया गया है कि टोटल डिस्टेंस को आपको y से रिप्रेजेंट करना है, टोटल फेयर को आपको x से रिप्रेजेंट करना है. इन केस ये नहीं दिया तो आपको खुद अज्यूम करना है, एंड देन यू फॉर्म योर इक्वेशन. सो द टोटल फेयर विल बी स्प्लिट अप इनटू पार्ट्स. फॉर द फर्स्ट किलोमीटर इट विल बी 10, सो दैट्स फिक्स्ड, 10 पक्के लगेंगे, प्लस जो बाकी का डिस्टेंस रह गया. तो टोटल डिस्टेंस आपका y है, उसमें से पहला किलोमीटर निकाल दो जिसके लिए फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट है, और बाकी का जो डिस्टेंस रह गया, from the total distance which is y, take away the first kilometer, the remaining distance is y minus 1. उसके लिए जो subsequent charges बताए गए हैं 8 rupees per kilometer, उसके अकॉर्डिंग आप सॉल्व करोगे. Let's just go over this once again. I think it's better if we revise this. Total distance is to be represented by y, and then the total fare is to be represented by x rupees. The fare is split up into two parts. For first kilometer, we have fixed charge, that's rupees 10. And then for subsequent distance, the charge is rupees 8 per kilometer. Let's recheck once. Yeah. And now you need to divide your distance into parts. डिस्टेंस के 2 हिस्से कर दो. डिस्टेंस में से 1 किलोमीटर के लिए तो 10 रुपीज लग जाएंगे, और रिमेनिंग डिस्टेंस के लिए, remaining distance y, total distance minus the 1 kilometer we have separated from this. अगर हम इसको कंबाइन करते हैं तो आपको टोटल डिस्टेंस पता चल जाएगा. बिगिनिंग का 1 किलोमीटर अलग करके रिमेनिंग के लिए 8 रुपीज के अकॉर्डिंग आप कॉस्ट निकाल सकते हो और चार्ज निकाल सकते हो. 8 multiplied by y minus 1. So your equation will be 10 rupees for the first kilometer, 8 multiplied by y minus 1 for the subsequent distance or the remaining distance. This represents your total fare for the taxi, and it is to be represented by x. And then you can simplify and obtain the linear equation in two variables. I asked you to find out, I think, 2 solutions or 3 solutions for that. I will take that question right now. So this is the question that you were given. The parking charges of a car in a parking lot for the first 3 hours are 20 rupees. So पहले 3 hours के लिए fixed charge है 20 rupees and rupees 10 for each subsequent hour. Total parking charges are to be taken as Y and the total parking time is to be taken as X hours. Now I had changed it from taxi fare to the parking charges. Other than that, the second change I made was this, that the cost which is fixed is given for the first 3 hours. So how do you make the equation for this? आपके पास जो टोटल टाइम है आपको उसको ब्रेक डाउन करना है इन 2 पार्ट्स. 3 किलोमीटर उसमें से अलग कर लेने हैं और बाकी के लिए जो चार्जेस होंगे वो 10 रुपीस के हिसाब से लगेंगे. सो इफ योर टोटल टाइम इज गिवन एज x आवर्स, ब्रेक इट डाउन इनटू 2 पार्ट्स. बिगिनिंग के जो 3 आवर्स हैं इसके लिए फिक्स्ड ₹20 लगने हैं और रिमेनिंग टाइम, वहां पे रिमेनिंग डिस्टेंस था तो यहां पे आप फाइंड करोगे रिमेनिंग टाइम x - 3. इस टाइम पीरियड के लिए 10 रुपीस के हिसाब से आपको चार्ज करना है. सो फॉर दिस time x - 3, the charges will be 10 rupees each, and then you can multiply the two to obtain the total charges which are represented by y here. I hope it's clear. I mean, I just changed it a bit. So you should know what to do here. And this can only be done if you understand what we did in the question in the exercise. I think the remaining questions were easy. First question, although was a combination of 2 questions on the same graph, but still I think you would have done. Then question number 3 was a very simple question. I think a similar question is in the assignment as well, where you are given that a point lies on the graph. A point lies on the graph means the values you can obtain from that point for x and y. Coordinates जो दिए गए हैं उसमें से आप x और y की जो वैल्यू आइडेंटिफाई करते हो उसको अगर हम इक्वेशन में पुट करते हैं तो हमारी इक्वेशन सैटिस्फाई होगी. सो सिंपली whatever values you had obtained from that coordinate, you have to put those in the equation, find out the missing variable. Question number 5th, the length of a rectangle. I think this question was asked by Kavyam, and Kavyam was asking, I think, Varanium or Rohandeep, I think they were helping him out. So length of a rectangle is decreased by 3 units and breadth increased by 4 units, then the area will increase by 9 square units. So simply start with a situation where you have length and breadth for a rectangle. You can use the same variables L and B, or you can represent the length and breadth by X and Y. So if we have length represented by X and the breadth represented by Y, the area will be XY. हम इनिशियली सोच के चलते हैं कि अगर कोई रेक्टेंगल है उसकी लेंथ x है और ब्रेथ y है तो एरिया कितना आएगा, उसका इतना आएगा. दे आर मेकिंग सर्टेन चेंजेस टू द लेंथ एंड ब्रेथ एंड देन द एरिया इज अफेक्टेड. ऑब्वियसली द एरिया विल बी अफेक्टेड. देन न्यू लेंथ विल बी एज इंडिकेटेड हियर, इट इज टू बी डिक्रीज्ड बाय 3 यूनिट्स. द न्यू ब्रेथ is given as increased by 4 units. So this will be y plus 3. And then what will be the new area? The new area will be x minus 3 multiplied by y plus 3. According to question, the new area is actually increased by 9 square units. The new area that you get here is, yes?
Ma'am, breadth is increased by 4 units.
Oh, I'm sorry. The breadth is increased by 4 units. Let me just change it. Okay, so this is the new area, but according to question, what they are saying that the new area is actually the original area plus 9. So this is how you can form your equation. This was case 1. Initially, the values were x and y, then the area was xy. Write down the new values, obtain the new area, and see what's the relation between the new area and the original area. Form an equation using that relation, and you will have a linear equation in 2 variables. The product term gets cancelled here, x and y. XY term gets cancelled. So you will be left with terms containing x, y, and a constant. I hope this makes sense. Should I solve this? you will have x minus 3 into y minus y plus 4 on the left hand side. The original area is xy, and then we add 9 to it. And then you can solve. This will be xy minus 4x minus 3y minus 12 equals to xy plus 9. The product term is cancelled and you can form your equation. 4x plus 4x. This is the equation given to you. आपको सिर्फ लीनियर इक्वेशन बनानी है, उसके बाद कुछ नहीं.
आया?
सॉरी
मैम एंड में -21 कैसे आया?
I have actually transposed plus 9 from right hand side to the left hand side. Minus 12 minus 9, that will be minus 21. Okay, question number 6. This is an important type. बहुत सारे इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं जहां पे आपको बोल दे पॉइंट लाइज ऑन द ग्राफ और दिस इज अ सॉल्यूशन ऑफ दिस इक्वेशन. One and the same thing. Point lies on the graph of equation or this is a solution of this equation. Both mean one and the same thing. From that point, x की और y की जो values आपको दिख रही हैं उसको equation में put कर दो. As simple as that, and then solve that equation. Just be careful with your values and operations. Either the coefficient, the missing value could be in the point or it could be in the equation. यहाँ पे आपके पास आपको k की value find करनी है. K is part of this point here. The question I gave had a missing and a was in the equation. Equation का एक हिस्सा missing था. So आपको वो find out करना था. Question number 7, I guess, is very simple. Draw the graphs of the linear equations. Y equals to x and y equals to minus x on the same Cartesian plane. What is your observation from these graphs? So points बताए गए हैं. Y equals to x. So whatever will be the value of x will be the value for y. तो ये doublet type of points बनते हैं. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. And then you can represent them on the graph and plot your line. Similarly for y equals to minus x, opposite signs आएंगे. अगर x positive है, y negative होगा. और अगर आप x negative लेते हो तो y positive आएगा. You plot these points. Now again, the observation that we made in the MCQ 3rd can be applied here. Because your equations don't contain the constant. So these will have lines passing through the origin. पहली observation तो ये होगी. दूसरी चीज जो आप observe करोगे, I think एक बनती है आपके पास slanting line with 45-degree angle with positive side of x-axis, and the other one makes a 45-degree angle with the negative side of y-axis. So they bisect the angle formed between the axes. Angle bisectors बनते हैं. First equation forms angle bisector for the first quadrant and the third quadrant. The second one forms angle bisector for the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant. So once you plot that, you can see that. So ये जो observation यहाँ पे आपको बता दी गई है, this is something you can remember. It could be directly asked as 1-mark question or an MCQ. Question number 8, I guess this was simple. Complementary angles. सभी को पता होगा, हम कर चुके हैं chapter number 6. 5th and 6th, lines and angles and triangles. So complementary angles are the ones whose sum is 90 degrees. It could be supplementary also, where the sum of the two angles is 180 degrees. X plus y will be equal to 90. Very simple equation. And then you have to form an equation, draw the graph, and then from the graph you have to find out the values for the other angle if one of them is 35 and 40 degrees. So you can just plot that. Question number 9, opposite angles of a parallelogram are given. Write a linear equation which satisfies this data. यहाँ पे opposite angles of parallelogram दिए गए हैं. आपको adjacent angles भी दे सकते हैं वो. Opposite angles की property होगी, they will be equal. So 2x will be equal to 3y. This will be your linear equation. If the adjacent angles were 2x and 3y, then what will be the equation?
2x plus 3y equals to 180.
That's correct. They are supplementary. Then 10th question, draw the graphs of the following equations on the same graph sheet. Find the area enclosed between these lines. So roughly going over this question, if you had to plot the graph, This looks complicated, but it's not that complicated. X equals to 3. X equals to 3 will be a vertical line passing through x-axis. It will be parallel to y-axis. So it will be passing through right here, I guess. So 1, 2, 3. Let's draw a line here. So this will be your equation, x equals to 3. Vertical line passing through. Then y equals to 0. This actually is x-axis. You can just write down the equation. Y equals to 1.
Line parallel to x-axis.
This will be a line parallel to x-axis. And y equals to 1. Y की value 1 यहाँ पे मिलेगी आपको. इसमें से line pass करते हुए draw कर दो. And make sure you're writing down equations. This is y equals to 1. And then x plus 3 equals to 0. This can be rewritten as x equals to minus 3.
X equal to minus 3.
And this will be a line parallel to y-axis. X की value minus 3 आपको मिलेगी on the left side here. From here, you will have a vertical line. This is x equals to minus 3, or you can write down x plus 3 equals to 0, the way they had given. उन्हीं की form में. Now observe the area enclosed within these lines. 4 lines बनाई है हमने. एक ये बनाई है, एक ये बनाई है, और एक ये, और एक ये. इन चारों के बीच में ये एरिया बन रहा है.
6 square units.
So this is a rectangle. The area will be given by L into B. Identify the length and breadth for this rectangle. You can name the points as A, B, C, D, and you can write down that the area enclosed is a rectangle A, B, C, D, and then for that rectangle, the area is given by length into breadth. The length can be counted by counting those distances between the 2 points. The length is 6 units and the width is 1 unit. So the area will be 6 square units. Anyone with questions?
So what is the length of the rectangle?
6 units. From point A to point B. Point A is minus 30 and point B is 30.
Okay, ma'am.
3 units to the right side, 3 units to the left side of the origin. The total distance will be 6 units. This assignment actually contains a few questions you are going to do next year. Like, for example, this question is actually based on something we would do next year. But it's just very simple thing to do. आपको सिर्फ plot करना है. These are all horizontal or vertical lines. You have to draw them without even calculating the solution. बिना solution find out किए आप इनको सीधा graph पे show कर सकते हो, and then you can work with the rest of the question, whatever is asked. Anyone with any questions here? I hope everyone's clear about the case study thing now.